and welcome to my camera tour for this gorgeous Vitomatic I from Voigtlander. I love pretty much every camera made by this company, but this one is especially beautiful. It has a beautiful 50mm 2.8 lens. Ooh, let's bring it up to the top so you can see. Pretty. This is a distance focusing camera, so the Viewfinder is only for framing, and then you guess your focal distance, which can sound a little daunting to begin with, but once you get the hang of it, it really is quite easy to use. Let's start on the front of the camera. On the front of the camera is, of course, the lens, viewfinder, light meter. It does have these two little knobs. These are for attaching a strap, which has like the little keyhole shape strap you can put on there, which is probably a little harder to find nowadays. But on the top of the camera, the light meter does sort of work. It's not super reliable. It runs quite dark, I noticed when I was shooting my test roll. So this is your scale focusing, which is the outside ring. The next ring is your f-stop. So it goes from 2.8 all the way to 22. The third ring closest to the camera is your shutter speed. So your fastest shutter speed is 300, but it's got 125, 60, 30, 15, 8, 4, 2, 1 bulb. And on the top of the camera, this is your light meter. So you can see when you change your f-stop, the little gauge moves, so you can guess what your exposure should be. Like I said, I noticed when I was testing, because right now it says I can shoot at f16, which it's just at twilight here, and I would have guessed that that would be way too dark for the current lighting conditions, but we'll have to see how my test roll turns out. This is your rewind knob. And the way this rewinds is very unusual. Normally it'll have a button on the bottom that you push and then you rewind it. That is not the case with this camera. So on this camera, to rewind your film, there's this little lever right here, and it pops up your rewind knob, and then you just twist it, and that's how you rewind your film. So on the back of the camera, this is your film advance lever. Right there. I love the way this camera opens up. So to open this camera, instead of the opening mechanism being on the side, as it often is, it is on the bottom. So here on the bottom camera, you see this is your film counter, which is in kind of an awkward place, in my opinion. It's not as user-friendly as being able to look at the top and say, oh yeah, I have, 10 shots left. This counter does count down, so it starts, if you're doing a 36 shot roll, it starts at 36 and it counts down to 0. Or if it's 24 roll, it starts at 24 and goes down to 0. Get the idea. This is your tripod mount right here, and this is how you open the camera. So there's this little lever, and you got to take your fingernail and pop it out like that, and then you rotate it 90 degrees, and then this opens like that, and the back swings open, and you can stick your cartridge right in there. And then to close it, you just close your door again, and then this folds back down 90 degrees, and it is locked, which is a very secure closing mechanism. You can't bump it in any way. There's no way to accidentally open this camera, which is something that I appreciate because I can be clumsy. Also on the bottom of the camera, here is your ISO/ASA setting, which I believe it's this lever right here to change it. Apparently not. I just left it the way it was. That's bad. Note to self, look up how to change the ISO setting before you're making your camera tour. I'm really bad. I'm so sorry. I don't know everything about every camera, and now you know the truth. So that is the Vitomatic I which is a beautiful camera. It's quite a small camera. I have small lady hands, so for me, it's a very comfortable camera to hold and use. It's nice and compact to go in your bag. This is about, I mean, it's about the size of a smallish point and well, probably an average point and shoot, except for the lens is quite thick. But camera size is always an important factor for me because, as you know, I always have like 10 cameras in my bag at least. And so having a small camera is always an advantage to me. If you are a guy and you have very large hands, this might not be as comfortable a camera for you to use and shoot unless you got some kind of a grip for it. We need to get better grip on that, I think. But it is a beautiful camera. It's fun and easy to use. It's fully manual. You need no batteries. And you just stick your film in and you're ready to go. So this is for sale in my shop. Click the link in my bio, and or if you're watching on YouTube, the link will be in the description below. And thank you for watching my camera tour for the Voigtlander Vitomatic I.